Welcome to Vitamin D week. Are you ready for some controversy? Okay, so vitamin D is actually a really hot topic. Okay, but what do we actually need to know, and what is the real cause of low vitamin D? Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Belinda, and I'm very passionate about helping people recover from autoimmune problems, thyroid issues, sleeping issues, hormonal imbalances, anxiety, weight issues, and so much more. And something that is very common and quite controversial, excuse me, is vitamin D or hormone D. Okay, and we need to understand, well, what is hormone D in the body and what is it really telling us? Okay, so quite often we'll say that, we'll go get a blood test and we'll see that we're low in vitamin D and we get told that we need to supplement it. But did you know that vitamin D or low storage D, low vitamin D or low storage D is actually a chronic sign of inflammation? Yeah. Quite often we'll get told, well, we're inflamed because we have low vitamin D, but it's not actually the cause. It's telling us that we actually have inflammation in the body. Okay, so I'm going to flip my screen around so you can see this study here, because I don't know how to really screen share on Facebook. I don't think it allows you. But this is a study that you can look up yourself, okay, because I'm literally just the reporter. I am not the scientist here, okay? I'm just the delivery person of the information, okay? And I want you to be able to take control of your own health when it comes to certain supplements. And I want you to know that, what I'm saying is just not, made up out of thin air. There is actually evidence behind this. Now, this is a study by 𝗵𝗲𝗵𝗆, and this was done in 2014. It's quite an extensive study, and there are a lot of big words that, even I've had to Google to make sure I have the understanding correctly. But here, in a healthy person, you'll see that there is low storage D in a perfectly healthy person, okay? But active D is normal, okay? But in a sick person, so someone who has autoimmune problems, I think she might have even mentioned it, autoimmune or chronic inflammatory diseases, okay? They also have low hormone D, but elevated active D. This is because the body is trying to fight off a pathogen, a bacteria, or something, a invader in the system. And that is why this is elevated. Okay, so when we have low hormone D, because it's actually a hormone, it's not a vitamin, or low storage D, because that's what they are actually testing, okay, that is a sign of chronic inflammation in the body. It is not, and I repeat, it is not the cause, okay? So what we actually need to be doing is making sure that we're getting our vitamin D from the correct sources. So tomorrow, I'm going to do a video on what is the blockbuster difference between naturally creating hormone D in the system and supplementing vitamin D, okay? So that's going to be tomorrow's video, and I'm just going to break it up because this is a very in-depth subject, and some of it I'm still getting my head around. Like, I'm not a scientist, so I've got to read all these big words and Google them or look them up in the dictionary to understand some of these things. But chronic inflammation can be a sign of low vitamin D in the body, but it is not the cause. It's actually a metabolic state, okay, of actually not enough magnesium and too much iron in the body. Okay, so it's a sign of mineral dysregulation. So I don't know if I have time to go into this, but let me see if I can bring up this picture here. So when we are, okay, so here's a good information here. So there's a study done, and I'll flip this around as well. Okay, magnesium status and hormone D status. Now, once again, you can go and Google this yourself. I don't need to babysit you on this one, but the conclusions of this study done between 2001 and 2006, Okay, they conclude our preliminary findings indicate that it is possible that magnesium intake alone or its intersection with vitamin D intake may contribute to vitamin D status. Okay, so literally showing us that low storage D can actually be, and more than likely is, a mineral dysregulation in the body. So we really need to understand, well, what is in the supplements that we're taking to increase our storage D, and is it safe? Okay, so we're going to cover that in tomorrow's video. Anyway, if you know someone this information can help, then why not consider share this video with them? You can tag people down below. These are public and they are here to help people. Anyway, you have an awesome day and I will see you tomorrow.